are still missing Robin. Comet, what did you do with him?
I thought it was your job to watch him, make sure he got here on time.
I'm not his babysitter. Okay, fine. I'll go find him. Be right back, guys.
Hey, something
If you say you're on. Don't. Well then, let's talk about our feelings.
Well, lucky for you, I have a completely convenient look into Robin's channel, so we can see what's going on.
Media player.
Ah, SeaWorld! Been there, done that. A long time ago.
Normal playback. Really?
Do you know what you're doing?
Just get out of here.
Just press play.
Okay, camera here. Fly swatter there, sunscreen, nuclear bomb. Think I have. Yeah, Blissy! I told you this is all why I picked up the rest of my things. The good people came here to hear us deliver witty banter and talk about how we do things. So that is not getting interrupted by my camera equipment. And I have to ask you, what are you doing here?
Well, you're late. I was beginning to wonder where you are. But it appears I found you. So, let's go. Come on, we'll use rainbow travel.
Blissy, the last time I trusted you to use magic, I ended up having to dye my coat yellow. So no, we're not using your rainbows.
It's green.
No, it's yellow.
Your coat is green. You are colorblind, horse geek.
Oh yeah, this is the cute Alec horn.
Right, that's it. We're not going to the panel until you apologize.
Well, I'm not teleporting us until you call me yellow.
Then it appears we're stuck here, Limecorn.
I could teach you magic and maybe we'll both survive the trip.
What is it this time? Dimensional hopping?
Exactly.
That was sarcasm.
I've been using this spell for my reviews with the live action bits. Alright, what I want you to do is just picture the universe you want to end up in and just do a normal teleportation spell.
Fine, let's see where this goes.
Chelsea, do you just want me to do it?
Shut up!
This is Disney World.
Been there.
Try again. Good last time.
I have more subscribers than you!
We are now at SeaWorld. Still in Florida. Try again. Go somewhere.
I'm not dead!
That's in San Antonio.
Vamos de nuevo. Internet de nuevo. Subtítulos lector.
Stupid up there, the pony!
Taking over.
And why
SeaWorld.
did you do the teleporting?
We're at SeaWorld again. And not the blue whale kind of SeaWorld. I mean, we are in the middle of the ocean.
And whose idea was it to teleport us through dimensions anyway?
Yours! This was all your idea! You marry Sue! And I'm still yellow.
You are alive!
What? I lived! Blissy! What? Where? How?
What's with the hairdo?
Yeah, what's wrong? So that was Robin time too. What? No applause for that one? Thanks, guys. Love you. Good for her. She basically got me convinced that we have. Well, I suggested we do Robin time 2 for this, but she did all the editing and did a lot and persuaded me. Here we go. This is.
Why is that playing?
Is that a blooper?
I need to learn.
That is a blooper! Turn
You put bloopers in the ocean! There are bloopers in the middle of the ocean!
Guys, there's enough
is Robin0928, and welcome to Bronalysis Behind the Scenes! Wow, more enthusiasm than I thought you guys would have. You guys are gonna lose that very quickly, because we're talking technical stuff!
Yeah.
Oh god, you guys have way too much faith in me.
I'm not affected either way.
We're going to handy dandy whiteboard, not a sketch here. Whiteboard, do you want to tell what we're talking about today? And yes, I don't have the filters on, I don't care. Yes, Robin, we're going to be talking about the writing of our reviews, the editing and animation from Lightning Bliss, and of course from you, live action stuff. Yes, his voice is a terrible British accent, and no, I don't care. Full papers right now screaming at me.
You didn't listen what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, you're talking, the editing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where I'm talking about animation and editing effects.
You can take off the wig now.
You gave it to me.
You can. What's this? I have a magic spell.
Sorry.
Keep that though.
You didn't teach me that.
I should have taught you that one. So let's start off with writing. So if you've watched any behind-the-scenes video from DigiBrony, A and Y, a lot of people do behind-the-scenes of why we do this stuff and how to be successful on YouTube. And really, when they talk about writing, it's usually just, oh yeah, you have to have a good idea. What good idea? What do you mean a good idea? So usually for me, when I'm writing my reviews, and this ain't different for you guys, have you ever seen the show Mystery Science Theater 3000? Whoa! That's what I do to myself. I'm just sitting in my room with the episode playing, like maybe on my phone or my computer, and I'll just be yelling out jokes as they come to me. So generally a lot of them end up as things. Validity not. That's never gonna die though. So maybe let's talk about how you guys write your jokes in your videos.
It's kind of I improvise really, and it all depends on the situation for me. For instance, I did the yak episode, Hardy Pooped. Yeah. Okay. In that episode where I was doing a review, the key thing that made me laugh about that episode was the fact that the yak said, "We declare war!" And I'm, in the back of my mind, my eyes twitching at this. I'm like, I hate war, for instance, and I'm cracking up because you guys were wrecking Ponyville from the very start. This was your fault, not theirs, and I don't care about diplomatic immunity here. The fact that they declared war cracks me up because, okay, you're declaring war on 4 very powerful alicorns, their entire royal army, not to mention the Crystal Empire army. I didn't mention that though in my review. And they have a god of chaos on their side.
Great plan there, guys.
Yeah, so I improvised the joke.
Don't forget it was really Spike's fault they declared war.
Yeah.
And not to mention, I kind of improvised a little TM2 finesse into it with the soldier helmet, and I thought, wouldn't that be cute if Lightning Bliss like did a little, attention, maggots, this is why the axe would lose in a war, and that didn't come out that way. What ended up happening is the helmet got too big for my head.
Oh no.
And I had to work with it.
You notice we talk a lot about things that don't make it in, and there are jokes piled up. I know I do at least. I have jokes piled up that are either not funny enough or just don't make sense in the video, but are really good jokes, and I'm going to show a couple of them. I think I have some of them in here today. So maybe you'll see a couple of them. Kamek?
Well, unlike these two and most of the Bronalysis community, I actually review the MLP comics and just the comics, nothing else. So I don't have the benefit of like playing a clip from the episode, like I still can, but as more of a making relations to the comic than actually put the comic itself. The comic unfortunately is not animated, so I read through the comic once when it comes out, and I might have one reaction to it. Then I'll come back to it a couple months later and like go through it and like write my little synopsis with like random tangents and stuff about like things I want to point out, throwing in a few jokes. I lean towards reference jokes because for a time back towards when I started my channel, I was an editor for KP, and so I kind of started using reference jokes a lot in my reviews, and it just kind of happened that way, I guess. But so basically, I'll write the script. And I used to send it off to my script editor. I actually had a friend from college who was not a brony and never plans to be a brony, which is why he's perfect for editing a script by a brony, because he literally would point out, I don't understand why you're making this joke here. I'm like, it's a fandom reference. But then he made me think about it again, like, I don't really need that fandom reference in there. It's good enough without it. So then I get the final script back.
So wait a minute, you're taking advice from a non-Brony on how to write a Brony script.
Yeah,
Yes.
how does that work out sometimes?
Hey, well, also at the same time, I'll write a joke one way, and he'll say it would be a lot funnier this way. Like, I forget what review exactly, but like I think it was my review of the Twilight Sparkle micro series. I had like a joke moral that I said the comic gave you, that like lying will get you places in life, and originally I had it written differently. He's like, no, you should definitely read this more like you're serious about it. Like you should word it this way. And so, because he's one of the funniest people I knew, so I'm like, I figured if I can't get my comedy to where it should be for my reviews, then maybe he could help. Although for more recent videos, he hasn't really had the time to edit my script because he has a life. So I've had to revise my own script or rely on other people in the Riff Cafe to revise my scripts. But yeah, I usually have like a little opening sketch that I write, which may or may not pertain to the review. And then I have my review. And then there's a closing sketch, and I actually have an overarching plot throughout all my reviews because I'm weird. So I have to make sure it works into my crazy, complicated canon as well.
Hey, I know new storylines. Am I crazy? Yes, I am. But I think another thing that that a lot of people may or may not notice is there's a lot of character dynamics with reviewing. The Robin Time 2 and the original Robin Time are both a really good example of my kind of relationship that I've built with other reviewers. And another example I use, I'm going to move back to Lightning Bliss in a second, is take SilverQuill's crossover with Eliora and my crossover with Eliora, the Leap of Faith review. In SilverQuill's crossover, she's very angry at SilverQuill almost all the time, and I just realized SilverQuill's staring at me now. I love you, Silver. I've been a fan of you since the start.
Sup?
SilverQuill!
My homie!
Yo.
God, that was terrible.
That's okay, I'm white.
That's okay, I'm yellow. You are my brain! It's never gonna die, is it? Okay, so in that video, Eliora's very angry at SilverQuill, and then later on in the season, she did a crossover with me on the episode Leap of Faith, and there's definitely animosity between Robin and Ellie, but it's not in this kind of hate-filled way that it is in the SilverQuill video. It's more like that annoying little brother you have, and that's kind of the advantage of being my age and doing this, is that I have relationships with characters like Lightning Bliss, Eliora, soon to be Keyframe in a video.
Just dropping names.
Yeah, he's dropping names here.
Yeah, name dropping all the time. That was bad too. I'm just gonna.
You have to slap it in front of the microphone like that.
Yes, I did have to go too close to the mic. But there's a very interesting dynamic that you can have with two characters. The same dynamic really wouldn't work if it was SilverQuill and Lightning Bliss. The dynamic wouldn't be as strong because of the age difference there. I think SilverQuill's actually...
Prove him wrong.
Oh, please do. I want to see this video now.
I personally agree.
Yeah, so there we go. Lightning Bliss and SilverQuill crossover coming 2019. Justice League Part 2.
Well, it'll still be before Half-Life 3. Actually,
By the way, if you want to riff us, I mean, I've been riffed too many times.
Well, speaking of characters, I have, I think I have like 7 different characters. Though technically 3 of them are just different versions of my OC. I have my evil version of the OC, I have my regular OC, and then my Rule 63 version, which only showed up once in a video with Lightning Bliss.
And the irony is, I don't have that many OCs. I just have the one, and I put her in different situations. And usually, when I'm by myself, I improvise on my jokes and pop culture references. But when I bounce off a character, that's when some development happens. Like, for instance, I'm more of a big sister to the annoying Robin here. Don't touch me.
All the hugs.
I have a relatively good relationship with the Toon Critic and Keyframe. I tend to see them as siblings as well.
Who else is name dropping tonight?
Silence, not me.
But yet, I'm kind of a big joke to the Red and Black OC, and that was something we tend to jump off and on with. Which OC is worse? Red and Black or Alicorn?
Oh, this is a hard question because you can punch me right now.
Yeah, I can punch. I can answer that for you. How about both?
Now it depends on what kind of OC it is, and maybe we'll have time to talk about OCs.
Yeah.
She can go on forever about OCs, so that's why I didn't make it part of the schedule. I personally see Toon Critic's OC as very interesting. It's a red and black OC, but the way that he has his character work, he's very overconfident in himself, so that's kind of why that red and black OC I think works for him. Whereas other characters, like I don't know if this OC that I developed as kind of a template of how bad OCs can look. Please ignore half of this. Some of this is spoiler.
Well, he looks for that.
Well, I mean, we can't really see it. So.
Speaking of red and black OCs, actually there's a character in my reviews, Jet Fever, which is
You actually require that many pictures?
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Jet Fever, he's my script editor. He's the pony version of my script editor, the one who I mentioned who is not a brony. So I'm like, hey, you want to show up in my reviews? And he goes, sure. Gave him Pony Creator, and I get the epitome of the bad OC. Red and black, zebra stripes, demon horns, bat wings. And then I sent it off to my artist, who she loved the artist that I have for what? Mumbo Troopa, yes, I know. She loves drawing Jet Fever so much because when else are you gonna have the chance to legitimately draw a bad OC? I get all my poses for Jet Fever for free. I don't even have that. She charges me for each of my poses.
Okay, so I'm gonna sound like the worst person on this panel, which I already do. I have never played Blissy Forever making OCs. She's doubled my OCs in the last 6 months. And
Pay your artist, people.
Yeah, I tell you every time, thank you so much for doing this, because it's the work that she puts into each one is amazing. But how I get free OCs, and please, for the love of God, don't do this. This is a bad idea.
Then don't say it.
It makes you a terrible friend. Blissy and I will work together, and I don't have enough emotions for her for the video to make sense. So she'll have to make poses. And then when she's like, oh hey, I made poses for you, I'm like, can I get those in the right scale? Yeah, I'm a terrible friend.
Yes, you are.
Friendship, stealing is magic. Not paying your friends is magic. I'm sorry.
Well, on the other hand, I actually pay all my artists. My thumbnail artist is in the front row right there, Countess Rose.
You can stand up.
She does my thumbnails, so I make sure I make sure I pay her and all that kind of stuff. Make sure I pay for the only character in my entire reviews I don't pay for, besides Text Typer, who is literally just text.
Hey, don't just the text.
Is for my friend Coolman, his OC, because he pays for his own. But yeah, I have a lot of characters in my review, because why not?
Yeah, I have that kind of problem now. If you've noticed, I have all the characters I do the voice for. I do the voice for myself, of course, Robin0928, Plushie Robin, who's basically a higher pitched version. And rather than being a smart person and, digitally do it and just be able to talk normally, no! I thought it'd be funnier to actually stretch my voice that high.
Well, that's kind of like what I do for my evil character, Sans Serif.
It's not as hard as stretching your voice to...
Well, I just make my voice lower. I speak like this when I'm Sans Serif.
Hello everybody, my name is Robin0928. Well, actually it's Plushy Robin, but you get the idea.
One button master here.
Oh, so many riffs.
See, I don't have to worry about this.
And then there's Plushy Shy, which I'm not even going to attempt the voice. It is really hard to do that. It takes a lot of warming up and a lot of water that I don't have here. And then there's Whiteboard, who I've already done the voice for. It's basically just me in a terrible British accent, and then I added a lot of filters on there to make it sound less like me in a terrible British accent and more like somebody else in a terrible British accent. Hey, it works.
Like Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah, and I think that the reason I came up with Whiteboard as a character was...
He copied Text Typer.
I actually didn't... I did not know who you were at that point when I came up with the idea of Whiteboard. Whiteboard stemmed from the fact that in my early days, I'd have jokes that were written post-script and voice acting that I thought were really, really funny, which they probably weren't, but I really wanted them in the video, so I just have floating text and it made no sense in context of the actual series, so I came up with this idea of putting the jokes on a whiteboard. And then I looked at that, and of course, because I overthink everything, I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense. How would Robin be able to write everything that fast in between cuts? So then I gave the whiteboard a personality, and then I made him a sarcastic person, and then I gave him a voice, and oh my god, what am I doing to myself?
Well, the joke about Text Typer only makes sense if you watch my reviews. my OC, Comic Sans, his older brother, not going to go into the backstory of how this happened, is the floating disembodied text, unless stated otherwise for some reason.
Makes sense.
In my reviews. And because until Comic fixes it, he's in the font Comic Sans to passive-aggressively mock Comic. But originally I was just like Robin, having like just floating text. But then I made a spelling error. One that nobody probably noticed in my very first video.
So warns me.
So in my second video, I introduced the character of Text Typer just so I can blame someone else, even though I write the text anyways, so I still am Text Typer, so I'm blaming myself.
See, I can do that with my phone now. Originally, I couldn't do that. If there was a spelling error, it was my fault, and I'm terrible at spelling, and if you watch those videos, you can tell that I make a lot of spelling mistakes because I'm stupid, but with Whiteboard, I have excuse for being stupid sometimes. But anything else we want to add on the writing of these? How we do it, the character dynamics, other things, please help.
Improvise, be creative, be original, have fun with it.
Don't rip off Voice of Reason, because he will know. And then he will make a crossover with you, which spawns everybody coming up with a headcanon that Voice of Reason is your dad. This sounds like a personal problem. Actually, I love the headcanon.
That will be a nightmare.
Does that mean Sega's your mama?
Yes!
Don't tell Voice of Reason that I totally ripped off this thing.
Which, I didn't even come up with that headcanon. Again, I'm gonna drop names. That was, I think, Keyframe who came up with that idea. I don't remember where that came up with, but it was a really good headcanon. I've kind of been working with that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, writing, erase. Very organized panel here.
You need a whiteboard eraser?
No, I don't want one. Editing and animatics. This is where I suck because I, if you can tell, use Windows Live Movie Maker.
Did I
I'm
the table now? Ostracized!
Okay, thank you for that one. Yes, I don't know why Movie Maker kind of worked with me. It clicked very easily. It was easy to make videos really quickly because I'm gonna go to my files here. Welcome to the hell that is going through my files.
Really need to organize those things.
Organize.
If you guys have seen the Big Mac episode, how I usually do it is I actually go into PowerPoint, and whenever there's a shot with Whiteboard and Robin in the same shot together, I'll generally just make those shots, and then I have a standard file, I actually am organized, of My Little Robin Season 3 stuff. So that's actually where I keep all the standard poses against the background. But usually if I have a prop like Whiteboard or there's text on Whiteboard, hey, spoilers down there. Usually I'll just come up with jokes right there. If Robin's either talking to, I shouldn't have showed that. Woo! Skipping through the spoilers. Yeah, so that's kind of how this all works when I edit. So it's a very efficient way, really, but it's a very, I know I'm sounding hypocritical here, but it's a very efficient but very time-consuming method because you're basically working, you only have to do the shots that you have to have something different in it, but at the same time, is this one? Yeah, so this shot right here, spoilers for My Little Robin if you actually do care about that. This is on screen for 0.03 seconds. You're never supposed to really notice it. So the way I edit that, I usually actually, in that video I repeated that same frame over and over again, which actually makes sense in context. But again, spoilers. So yeah, that's kind of why I do it that way. It's just really quick for me. I can get a video out in a week if I really try. Sometimes I don't try, and sometimes videos are late, and sometimes I'm working on 2 panels and people expect me to make a video in a week? Really?
And who made you that video?
You did make Robin Time 2, but people are still asking me to make weekly videos even when I know I'm busy on panel stuff. So it's very stressful. So, Blissy, how do you edit?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. If you're gonna be serious about being an editor, and I was always serious about being an animator since high school, so you're gonna have to spend some money to get really good editing programs. In my case, I use Adobe After Effects and Flash, Photoshop, Illustrator, though I don't like to use Illustrator too often. I use a combination of Flash and After Effects primarily to put everything together and maybe throw in some special effects it has, like fireworks, like I use fireworks for our Magic Lesson comic. Or I'll even use lightning effects. I've been using that in the TF2 analysis videos lately, where like machines would just go poof and electric would just pew, spewed out. And those are really fast, but really effective in After Effects. Effective in After Effects.
hope that you guys can see this joke.
Robin wants money.
It's
I want money.
easier if you put it over the mic.
The other
There you go.
There you go.
Give me money, please.
Now get deodorant.
There. What deodorant? Welcome to the SilverQuill Rips on Robin panel, sponsored by Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
This is much more entertaining, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to go up here? Just want to make fun of me the whole time, Silver?
Yes, I do.
It's funny though.
You have a chair.
The whole time I've noticed that people be coming to me asking about, hey, I have Flash, but can you show me how to use it?
There's Flash tutorials on YouTube.
Yes, there's Flash tutorials on YouTube. However, I would just highly recommend if you're serious about becoming an animator, an editor, audio editor, go to school because that's where this is where I got all my information on how to make videos. This is how I was able to make Fire and TF2 or make ponies run across the screen. Flying effects. Silver, you could have asked me for a flying effect long ago.
I have my pride.
No, you don't.
Phillies and Gentle
I've been so mean.
Phillies and Gentle Fools of all ages, SilverQuill.
Yes! Welcome to SilverQuill onto the Bronalysis behind the scenes panel where he actually doesn't talk about behind the scenes except for the fact that you're crazy. Oh god.
Please teach me your ways.
Okay, so SilverQuill, I've only worked with SilverQuill once on the special 100th episode. If you can see, I have a version of Robin from the Silververse because that doesn't look like my OC at all, except in that stretch version.
The Silververse, I like that.
Silververse.
Name a universe after me. Ego expands and actually has room.
Does that mean
His ego doesn't fit in this city, okay? Because he doesn't fit in this room.
How many times did that universe imploded on itself?
47.
I actually kept track. It's like 7 now. It's actually almost 7. But the way that SilverQuill does this, and I cannot respect you enough for this, he makes every single pose for anyone who comes on his channel. Anyone who's he does a crossover with, he makes a completely new set of poses for, which I don't understand why you do that.
Yeah, that's why I
Explain
gave
this.
you my factors so you didn't have to do that. Less workload, because I knew you were doing that stuff.
If I may.
Yeah.
Take my panel.
First things first, why I do it? Cuckoo.
I'm gonna go crazy.
What can I say? I like visual consistency, and I do work in Illustrator. I actually, for vectors and video graphics, it's very helpful because in Illustrator you can stretch and enlarge or shrink down whole characters, and if you got your settings right, it won't distort or pixelate, which makes them wonderfully versatile. It took a long time to get used to it because I loved Photoshop. At first I was like, I'm all Photoshop. Now I rely primarily on Illustrator.
Yeah, I primarily Flash for vectors.
And I do have to correct, Lightning Bliss, Ink Rose, and Josh Scorch were all kind enough to supply poses, but even then I'm tempted to draw just to keep a certain visual consistency in the Silververse.
Which, Silver, I have a whole bunch of poses you could use.
What are you doing? You're feeding the ego.
I came up with a headcanon about why SilverQuill's OCs were all the same until I was actually asked to be on this video, and I'm like, I don't even care anymore. Silver is just weird. I love Silver though.
He gets me.
Yeah, best friends forever. I found my older twin who's balding. Hey, I'm bald too.
He is.
Bald. Okay, I think that might be my favorite joke from anything I've ever done. So, how do you edit?
Well, going off what Blissy here said about like learning the stuff. I went to film school. I actually have a Bachelor's of Science in Film from Full Sail University in Winter Park, Florida. And part of going to that school, I learned how to. I got like the complete Adobe suite, so it was pretty cool. The Adobe suite, a MacBook, and I'm just gonna turn to a commercial for Full Sail for a second here.
Full Sail University. Become like Comic Sans Pony, except maybe with more of a life.
Oh! So basically, what you're saying is everyone else in my graduating class. I only one in my class that still hasn't got a job in the industry.
That's actually really sad.
I know, it is. So basically, I got Final Cut X, which is the program I use, and actually, they can talk more about editing. We'll actually go set up my computer to show you some of my edit things. It's a Mac.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna do it. Okay.
Yeah, so you can I'll unplug my computer. But I did forget something about the writing. Most videos that are canceled on either my channel or as I've observed a lot of people's channels, it ends in the writing process. Or maybe you have some visuals, but not all of them. One of the videos you can see here, there's a very Steven Universe-esque looking thing.
Yeah, you're about to lose that.
There was a Steven Universe video I was doing that was a thing. So yeah, that video got canceled on the writing just because it wasn't a good review. It wasn't the fact it wasn't funny. There were some really good jokes in it. I think thanks, computer. The bit with Golden Foxes you just saw, there was a little bit with him. It was a really funny bit. It just really didn't work as a review, so the video got canceled, and I don't think I'm ever going to make a Steven Universe review, unless if I do something better as a review.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have started with Sworn to the Sword, probably the most popular episode. You're never going to see that video anyway, either way. Never going to even see a script for it. Nope.
Unless we steal his computer and post it online. By the way, guess what I'm doing in 10 minutes?
Fire.
Oh!
He's in Britain, he can't hear me.
British hear everything.
I thought it was Scottish.
No, they're just mad at everything.
Like Irish?
They're drunk off everything.
Yeah.
I know. I think as you drunk I am.
And we've killed SilverQuill, everybody. So as I guess you can see, did you want me to describe things? This is a video that we just did on Friend Server number 6. So Comic's crazy.
Well, okay, if you can, I'm not going to use a microphone, I'm just going to talk, and I have a very loud voice. Okay, so basically, I usually break my videos up into an opening, a closing, and then the actual review. If there's even really much of an opening. I usually have more of an opening for my collabs than I do for anything else. So basically, for my beginnings, see, you're probably, I'm going to just turn off the sound so you don't hear me scrubbing through it. Anyways, you still hear me scrubbing.
Yeah, you do.
You can hear my beautiful voice emanating through his computer. Ego expand.
Sound like it's
I turned off audio scrubbing.
Okay, Robin, you've been hanging out with
I've been doing this way longer.
Okay,
Silver.
I know,
so
but your ego's only half my size. How's that work?
I'm half the size, but my ego's probably double. I literally named a character after myself.
I don't recognize.
2 characters after myself. Well, Final Robin doesn't count. He's there.
okay, so basically, so what you see here with like all the like the pan overs and like it follows Robin as he walks back and forth after he crashed through the refrigerator.
Don't question it.
Hey, Robin, don't question it.
I did the refrigerator gag before anybody.
I crashed into channels, though. That's my job.
Actually, that's been happening for you, Blissy. I'm sorry.
Okay, basically, the way that I do collabs is basically called the Super Easy Rift Connector 9000 because my Rift door got lost in the mail. And so basically, Robin somehow acquired the Super Easy Rift Connector 900, an unstable prototype, and it got sent to my channel because reasons.
I have a door too. That's the sad part. I have a Rift door. It's right across from SilverQuill's. I sent him 10 cakes and he still hasn't replied to my emails.
Anyways, but like, what you see here is like with all like the camera movements and all kind of stuff is actually this, which is just like all one, which is just then I go into that, and then you get this. It's like far away and all that kind of stuff. Then I think this is the farthest I go in for this one. There's much more crazier ones. But like basically it's like it has everything organized, and then I make that what's called in Final Cut X, it's called a I think it's a subclip or something like that. I should really know the term.
He knows how to edit.
I went to school for this.
Yeah, he actually.
A lot of us did.
I didn't. I'm in high school.
That's why you hire editors.
I have money. I can't even pay you for the posts you made.
Learning how to do it.
So
and they haven't got me a single
basically,
time.
then once I make it all one thing, then I can actually like change the size of things. It doesn't affect everything by making it like by cutting up the what acts like a full like clip, not each individual like layer, which would be my OC, in this particular shot, my OC, the table, the mug, the Cirque manual that I'm slowly reading through because comic doesn't even know how to use the super easy ref connector.
Again, I'm hurting you.
What?
I exploded onto your channel again, I'm hurting you.
No,
Exploded.
you get to walk on next time.
Okay.
Oh, do I not have to crash through the refrigerator, or do I get to crash through the dryer this time?
Well, if you show up again, Robin, it'll probably be through my rift door. I don't know how long it'll be.
You get to crash through the lift door.
Some random magical thing happen to me.
But okay, so then
Except maybe
but that's a
landing right
my more recent review with Shark Discusses.
Physics. It happened.
This one, it was difficult because I had Shark Discusses backdrop, which is a redraw of Twilight's Library, and because the full thing is like this whole area, but I don't want to have to show that full area when I go into like a two-shot. Normally when I go into like, not two-shot, single shot of like just the character, like for the one with Robin, I have my green background, even though it has a gradient, I don't care about it with the continuity of it being like, looks...
Continuity? What's that?
Like basically when I zoom in the Robin 098.
Oh yeah.
Get back to that. Okay, too far. That's a video I should really be editing. So when it's Robin, the background is in the exact same place. And also when it's on me, and when it occasionally, if it does, show both of us.
It doesn't happen often. Nobody likes me.
Like the background's the exact same size, but when there was more in the background with Robin 09, no, I'm messing up my people, with Shark Discusses, when there's more people, there's more in the background, so you would notice if suddenly Shark gets bigger and the background stays the same size. For each individual back and forth, when Shark would read something and I read something, I actually had to make like a separate subclip of him in that position and then make it bigger, which my computer did not like me for.
Yeah, I do that with single shots with Robin and Whiteboard usually. Those are the two characters that it really doesn't matter if Whiteboard, usually I don't get closer to him, usually just kind of Robin phases out of the scene, or I'll center Whiteboard to the middle of the shot. It just makes it easier for me because I have one solid background color. Even if it has a gradient, it still doesn't matter to me. Yeah. I don't think it doesn't make it look too different.
The only time I really care about like how the background looks in relation to everything else is in those opening and ending skits, which I've had some pretty interesting ones.
Okay, but I gotta criticize the both of you on your editing right now. You featured Rob Liefeld artwork.
Okay, there's a point to that.
No, there. Apologize.
No. I'm sorry for using the Rob Liefeld joke, but as we said in the review, if anybody actually saw it, we were talking about how the artist's work was it's kind of the Rob Liefeld of ponies. You can definitely see the show style in there, but it's still weird. So I even inserted comic. I don't know if you knew about this. I just said insert Rob Liefeld Captain America here.
No.
Apologize.
I apologize for Captain America. Oh! This is what this thing is saved as on my computer. I'm not even joking.
Robin was talking about how the art of the Trixie Rainbow Dash Friends Forever. Apparently, he was comparing that art to that of.
I'm saying it's a pony equivalent to that. I'm not saying that this artist is bad, nor am I saying that Rob Liefeld is good. I'm just saying that the idea is very much the kind of way that it looks.
You're basically saying that Agnes Grabowska draws as well as that other person?
Rob Liefeld is so much worse than that. If you read Youngblood, it's not okay. Yeah. By the way, I love the atop the fourth wall joke you did. Very impressive, my friend.
Which one?
The one about Suburban Nights, about magic, you don't have to explain it. A lot of things that I probably need to explain eventually.
Yeah.
So anything on the editing...
Why you feature Rob Liefeld artwork? I'm gonna hammer this point.
He's gonna keep... I'll be in my hotel room, I'll get a Skype message from SilverQuill that says, "Hey, Rob Liefeld, why did you do it?" And I'm gonna be like the next morning like, "Silver, that was 2 a.m. Is he actually going on this? Yes! Oh, he's not. I broke the illusion.
No, I'm not going on to... I'm going onto Twitter.
Twitter?
No, the rest of the internet's gonna know.
I'll I'll tell you, man. I don't even care.
Hey, Agnes Garboska, you're the new Rob Liefeld.
Oh God, I'm gonna be murdered one of these days.
I don't even.
But I guess is there anything else that you guys want to say about animation and editing?
Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, you guys ask questions. We like these things. Yes.
Are you able to mess around with Flash puppets in Adobe Premiere, or do you recommend using just Flash or After?
I personally use Flash to mess around with puppets to make poses for vectors or for animation purposes. And I usually outload them, export them. It's export. Export them as SWIFs, which is a specific file in Flash, and I use them for After Effects. After Effects and Flash get along pretty well. So, yeah.
I'm sorry I'm having to plug this back in. I'm just looking for this video. Oh, wait, it's driving me crazy till I find it.
Do you?
Oh, I'm sorry, were you?
So do you make the full poses in time, or do you do it as separate images and then?
I actually do them in separate images and turn them into symbols, and I'm able to move those symbols any way I want, frame by frame by frame if I want to. So, for instance, something as simple as a flight cycle, when the wings are just moving up and down, that's just frame by frame, 8 frames per second, or FPS.
I have something to say here. If you're going to make a reference joke and you know you're going to use it often, always keep a backup of it. Like, I'm going to show you my one joke that I always keep a backup of, just in case. And then I just realized my computer's still on mute.
Okay, I keep that reference clip too.
And let the ship become a thing.
SilverQuill?
No, internet. Don't internet. Internet, don't.
Ship it like Derpy. Ship it like Derpy.
Okay, so I guess I also have this too.
Okay, I'm checking Twitter. You're now my wife.
I'm sorry.
Actually, Robin, I actually keep the same reference clip for my reviews as well, because I point out continuity between the comics and the show, the comics and the comics. And I always use it from the exact same episode of After the Fact. I always use it from Daring Don't After the Fact. I don't know why that one specifically, but it's always the first one I can find. So I download it, find the area where it says continuity, and then cut it into my review. So I use that reference clip too.
So basically, you're stealing stuff from SilverQuill.
I have all my stuff. I say keep all my projects, so I just go to the old project copy paste. So yeah, I have all my. All of you are using my jokes.
Okay, the continuity thing was my thing first, and then you made it better. So yeah, I'm using your joke.
I'm inspired by your tactics of jokes.
Right,
I've been trying to improvise using your tactics.
Silver, I will, just because you seem to be kind of angry, I don't know if you're joking or not, I will actually make my own continuity, because I have opposed.
I'm not angry, but you all owe me a quarter.
You want a quarter, SilverQuill?
Oh, I'm about to get that quarter.
Hey,
Now it's bribery.
I get the continuity joke now. It's mine. It's mine.
Let's see. You're all going to live.
Yay! Okay, I'm just reading this out right now.
You're going to live? That's nice.
At MLP SilverQuill is new waifu. Hashtag Bronalysis BTS. Hashtag MLR Road Trip. At Nightmare Nights.
You got it backwards, dude. You're the waifu. Be clear on this.
I think we have a question in the back here. Yes, I see someone holding their hand in the back.
I thought those were
Speak up loudly.
You said you use After Effects and Flash. Do you not use Premiere?
I do not actually use Premiere itself.
You heathen!
Well, I was raised on After Effects, sir.
That's the guy using Movie Maker.
I've been also doing it for, oh god,
So that's the guy-
2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 7 years!
There are no player drums.
And it still sucks.
Says the guy who has to beg me to make him his vectors.
I never beg, you just have to make them every now and then.
So,
because
I have Premiere, I just haven't opened it and actually used it ever. I have the whole Adobe suite and I barely know how to use Photoshop.
For shame. Yes, sir.
I've seen Alright, currently I'm practicing my digital art on Inkscape. However, I've seen one of your videos where you're using Flash animation to make artwork in a very similar fashion as Inkscape. Whenever I tried to use that on my Flash, it it didn't work. The lines just stay straight. I cannot bend or whatever.
Well, I've never used Inkscape before, so I'm not sure how it actually. That's fine. The thing with Flash is you have to understand the shortcut keys on your keyboard for Flash. So, for instance, I make a straight line. I hit Control, tap next to the line, and then you see a little curve symbol next to your mouse, and then that allows you to curve the line.
Oh.
But that's with Flash. I don't know how Inkscape works.
All right, do you mind if I move to live action?
Yes, I mind. He had a question.
Oh, did you have more questions? I'm sorry if I interrupted you, dude.
No, I was just gonna add another really bad joke.
Go.
Yes, kind of.
Do it.
You kind of show us how to
wait.
question.
Do it.
Just do it.
No, not doing that one. I'm not going to. Do it.
All right, fine. Let the original guy do it.
Which one?
The guy that did the do it.
Oh, I think I actually might have Shia LaBeouf on here.
Oh yes.
While he minds that count as a general question.
I did it actually for school.
When you're in After Effects, do you use one composition or do you layer compositions?
I do layer compositions. Yeah. Compositions. Yes, sir.
This question is for SilverQuill.
Yes.
Whenever you
Please
start,
address me seriously.
It would be my liege, probably.
That was really hard to do, but
whenever you're writing a review and you're planning on who to bring on as this special guest, how do you do that process? Like
blindfold, dartboard.
Just tell us. I would really like to know how to get down to a review of SilverQuill.
If he's going to talk to you seriously, I think it would be fair to talk to him seriously back.
His name is my liege.
First off, I never talk to anyone seriously. I never talk to anyone seriously. It is bad practice. No, here's a weird thing about me and collaborations. You mean
not like the rest of you?
Exactly. Before Slice of Life, no one I never asked people, do you want to come on? I've gotten a lot of requests. Well, actually, it's not entirely true. I've asked to be on Dr. Wolf's Moment with Dr. Wolf.
You have problems.
I think I do. But a lot of people ask me, and I'm like, well, okay, what's a good episode to do a collab on? Sometimes they have an idea of what they like, sometimes they don't. The key thing is I look at folks who have done a lot of videos. I'm going to try and be at least a little more respectful because it is hot.
Just give it to Blissy.
It's just hot. How do you wear this?
Oh, I got that thing.
I look at their YouTube channels and I see how much effort they put into the editing, how much they strive for audio quality, how long they've been doing this, because collaborations are sort of an act of faith. Can I work with this person? Will they be diligent? I have had to back out of collaborations because I thought this isn't working well. It's going to be a disappointing product. And I felt awful doing it because I don't want to lead people on, but it's either stop a project that is not going to be successful or disappoint many, many people. And that's, unfortunately, it's a hard but a necessary call.
Okay, I gotta do a personal story here. With SilverQuill, too. I still think one of the coolest moments of doing this for now 2 years was I got to meet SilverQuill very early on in his career. I think I met him about the time he did his third video. He was joining the Rift Cafe. And then, he kind of talked to me now and then if he was online and I was online at the same time. And I've been a fan of his stuff since he started. When I first saw his stuff, I knew this guy was something different. He was a very interesting critic. And then, near the end of season 4, I was like, maybe I should actually ask SilverQuill if he wants to work with me. So I asked him, and I swear, I think I've actually got this framed now. Your response was something along the lines of, yeah, I like your work, I think you're really funny. And to me, just the fact that you would not only see my work, but you enjoyed it, it blew my mind at that point. Because I was like, what, no, Silver likes me, no, does not compute.
And that's how it
was. The world's gone wrong.
Yes, that is how I became bald. Which, somebody asked for the Shia LaBeouf thing, I do have it.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said
I had to edit this.
So just do it!
Woo! Woo!
And there's my advice.
Better late than never for the joke.
I was letting SilverQuill finish his thing. So I keep on trying to move this to live action because this is where I do the most work. These guys, you guys can just leave now.
Okay, so
This is now the Robin talks about live action and why he does this thing. Yeah, you can say Silver. You can keep on mocking me.
Yeah, you need to
Keep mocking me. It's funny.
Please keep Silver on the panel.
You want to draw a whiteboard?
Why wasn't he on the panel to begin with? I don't know.
As long as it's PG, you're good.
Surprise guest.
So,
roll with it.
Yeah, we do. If something happens that is unexpected, roll with it. Generally, that's the thing with live action. There's a moment that you might be able to see in the anthropology video where I'm gonna have to recreate this. I have Plushie Robin in my hand, and the line from the song is, "I don't have to horse around now." So I wanted to pick up Plushie Robin and toss him off camera, because I thought it'd be a really cool shot. Well, Plushie Robin did not want to go off camera. The first time I did the shot, I hit the camera with him and it fell over. Bonk. It was really a funny shot too. It was
That's good for it.
And then the second time I did it, which is the version that ended up in the final video, because every other time I would knock the camera over, I tossed Plushie Robin, and you might have seen this in another video. I have a bucket that says BronyCon 2015, which is now ironic because that's over. And I knocked over the bucket full of change, and like my face goes from to back to in like a fraction of a second, because I did not want to do another take of this. This was take number 7. I was so sick of this video. Yeah, the anthropology video ended up being a lot more live action than I originally thought it was, but it worked really well, and I hope that you guys enjoyed that one.
Well, you're gonna do that one.
A live action is a different kind of medium. You can't take it the same way you take the kind of more stylistic way of doing NLP reviews with just your OC. You actually have to think about everything. Like, you're no longer just, you're gonna take this panel, for example. In 2D, with your standard, not live action, with your standard animation stuff, it's usually just looking at the front of the panel and seeing us. Whereas when you're in live action, you actually have to think about everything. You have to think about the background, making sure everything looks nice in the shot, making sure you're in the center of frame. It's a whole different beast, and it's so much fun to me, at least. I love doing live action stuff now because I'm weird and I'm totally not like everybody else. And
Josh does it.
Yeah.
Who does?
Josh does it.
He doesn't count.
And now a magical Josh Scorcher appears.
Don't jinx it. Okay, let's show up.
Robin,
That's actually true.
like Robin, I'm gonna have to recreate the whole like it's different because those like openings and closings I have to like have them all as like sub clips. I basically set them up, and what if it was live action, what would be considered a wide shot or establishing shot, and then when I cut it up, I create my close-ups, my 2 shots, and all this kind of stuff. And I basically use the 2D element as like the panning across the screen as if the audience is doing it through a camera. So it can be done as if it were live action with well, I call it pseudo animation because it's not really animating.
I don't know. I kind of like just the ability to move all the way. Like I can have a 360 angle basically.
Well, then draw your OC 360
I'm lazy
angle.
and I can't draw.
Don't look at me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you do 360. Basically, the point of live action that I can do, I can't. No, that's never happening. My Little Robin 3D will never happen. I think it'd be awesome, but I'm never gonna make that. But you can basically get any angle you want. Like if I wanted to. Yes. Have you ever seen the Phineas and Ferb movie? It's Inglorious 2D. Yeah, I'm the only one who saw the Phineas and Ferb movie.
Yeah, I don't.
I saw Cross second division.
Welcome to the SilverQuill Insults Robin 0928 panel.
Wait, why is he only insulting Robin there tonight? I feel left out. I'm not
You want to insult comic? You can go to the other end and insult comic, you know?
Harder to make fun of.
He doesn't want to insult me.
Nobody insults Blissy, because when Blissy cries, things happen.
Things happen.
That actually might be my favorite moment ever in anything. I keep on saying that a lot.
Well, I did ask him to insult me, but instead he hit me on the head, which I guess was a blow to my pride.
That song, that was the thing that we did.
Then you will be stronger, we're broken.
And there's a Silververse, Robin. Okay, here's SilverQuill's version of me. There's actual me. Silver's me.
So actual version of you has your mouth open, and SilverQuill version has your mouth open.
Here's a more standard shot with that. You can tell there's a difference there. I almost feel like Robin's fat in that shot.
Oh wait, you actually have a cutie mark in that shot. Okay.
Oh wait, that's the old. Those are the old poses, sorry, I don't remember where the new poses are up in the file. I just keep those there for comparison. And then
Robin 0928 is worst cutie mark crusader.
The only blank flag.
There's the original Robin. Holy crap, I still have that? That was the actual first image ever done of Robin. It still looks terrible.
In case you can't remember, he's calling you cute.
Oh, it's about to go. Call me cute! I dare you. Hey, look, there's another clip from SilverQuill. That was for the Patreon thing, I think. Where that was the first time you used that explosion effect you had.
Very appropriate.
Yeah.
Very appropriate.
So I guess I can show off something. How many of you guys actually follow my stuff? I'd actually kind of need to know for this story to make sense. Well, you do kind of. Well, this story's not gonna make sense. But my Rainbow Rocks review was a fully live-action My Little Robin. It was gonna be the very first one of its kind. It was gonna be so amazing. And then all the footage got corrupted of 2 days of shooting. So I never finished it. But originally there was a middle gag where we were gonna be advertising vests. Why? I don't remember the reason, but I really wanted A&Y to make a cameo because he loves vests. So this...
funny.
I'm sorry, this is so dumb.
He just likes to make investments.
I'm calling Ellie!
Your puns are bad, you should feel bad.
Please, I hate puns. Kill us all.
All aboard the bad puns. Hey, Ellie. Yeah, I'm Bronalysis behind the scenes. SilverQuill's making puns. Can you kill him from New York?
Okay, where's Tim?
I see what you're writing.
Where's Tim?
Oh, now I see why she's going the other side.
This panel got a lot funnier when Silver came on. It's like every project ever. So, okay, this is actually... I never told A&Y how to say the line, I love Bronalysis vests. He's like a spokesperson for the company. So this is A&Y saying Bronalysis vests.
Remember to angle the mic towards the bottom of your computer.
Okay, I guess I'm going to give you a few takes on it, and you can pick whichever one works best for you, because even though it's only a single line, I'm not really sure what the context is,
I love A&Y, by the way.
how it is going, how you need it.
Woohoo! Hi, Max.
Here you go.
Oh, it gets funnier.
I love Bronalysis. I love Bronalysis vests.
Oh, that B sounds like a W.
That's the idea. It's only funny because it's German. Yeah.
So that was really the part I wanted to show.
I did not go here. Saw that coming.
The illusion is broken, Silver. They're not supposed to know I can see it. So, okay. The reason I love that clip... Oh, it is? Yeah, it can go longer. It won't kill us. Security's guys gone. We can do whatever we want now. No, don't listen to me. I'm a professionally trained idiot. But
Do not try anything Robin does at home.
I'm going to say this. I may have gotten this clip one day, and then 12 hours later, Keyframe and I were in a call laughing our off at this clip because I told her, and I quote, "Hey, I have A&Y saying I love Bronalysis vests in the most sexual way possible." I may have become friends with Keyframe because of this clip. Because of this clip that I got from A&Y. I don't know, it's silly. Yes.
How do you contact other reviewers, like 500 miles away?
More than 500.
Skype.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's
Of course,
funny.
Skype.
It's funny because when I first started out, I didn't even know these guys existed.
I'm just gonna leave it up there.
Yeah.
That's a good image.
Oh,
Good job on that one.
thank you. And
I'm in that image. I don't remember it.
One day soon, I will be a part of that team.
Maybe one day. I always say to everybody who wants to do this, it's a
I'm right next to you, comic.
This is always a commitment to do this, because you're basically, this becomes a job at some point. It goes from being just a silly little fun thing you can do on your own, especially when you decide to do this, as I do it weekly now, I do weekly content, it becomes a job, and it becomes a very stressful job at times, but it's so much fun, it's so rewarding. I cannot recommend people try this at least to see if they want to do this.
It's only a job once you get a Patreon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
And here's the
kidding.
thing. So when I first started out, I didn't know these guys existed, and then I realized, oh, people are doing exactly what I'm doing, and some of them a heck of a lot better than me. And I then realized that, like, I was watching one of Dr. Wolf's vids, and I can't remember which one. And he was doing a collab with somebody else, or no, it was a moment with Dr. Wolf, but it was a funny one. And I'm like, oh, other people are not only doing this, they're doing it with each other. That looks like fun. That looks like a great way to make friends too, and be someone and hang out with that is into what I'm into. And I ended up contacting Dr. Wolf just out of sheer curiosity to see if he'd be interested in doing a moment with me. And I believe that was when you told me about the Rib Cafe, and I had no idea what that was.
Yeah, I know Bliss.
I remember that moment.
Yeah.
That was actually the moment when, boom, there she is.
Yeah.
I know that this is technically not even important. You know, you shouldn't be focused on subscribers, but I have lost my second place bid in MLP Reviewing 2 to this person. You took my one thing I had. I had the fact I was not the most popular, but a very well-known reviewer. I'm now third on my own panel. Love you, Doc.
To be fair, I'm last.
Wait,
Just to be fair, I mean, I love doing what I do. I have fun with it. I love doing my videos. I love working with other people that are into what I'm into. I love artwork and I love animation. So if you have fun doing it, it's just a blast to do. And people are going to notice that, and they're going to want to work with you too because they like.
Oh! Loser with little subs. Yeah, Connor, we suck. Nobody likes us.
Aww. I'll just leave. Don't worry about me.
We make fun of each other a lot, by the way.
Yeah,
at least I do.
We're friends.
Oh, and I guess I should. We're past time, but we can go on. I should share my story about.
There's nothing scheduled in this room after us. So.
Yeah, there's nobody here, so we can kind of go further. Just don't tell the concept.
However, I'm realizing though, and I'm still getting out of my box here of asking people to do collabs with me. I've gotten better at it. Like Golden Fox came to me asking, "Hey, let's do a collab," because he and I been playing around with our OCs on how would we bounce. For instance, I find his OC adorable.
It is.
And I'm supposed to be cute, but I have so much fun teasing him. Because he likes to wear a bow and socks. And I like to tease him with it. And one day during we were just talking and chatting, I decided to do a little role playing. I stole his bow.
Absolutely nothing is happening here. Nothing. SilverQuill is for once, in his very first time, doing nothing. Absolutely. Keep going. No, nothing's happening here. I just realized that Finn is. It says still man. Wait. There's Finn in the audience.
SilverQuill.
And there's Finn right there. Finn the pony is here. Finn. We love Finn. Finn's awesome, by the way. We love him. And we love you too. Finn. I don't even know who you are.
Well, a better example would be, see, I don't want to do any spoils because me and Golden Fox are doing a collab. But,
I'm in that one too.
I can't be. No, you're not. I can't be on that one.
I
Yeah, you do.
I really just chime in on collabs real quick.
Yes, sir. I call him sir because I respect him.
My liege is his proper name.
Robin, grow up.
One of the things about collabs is that they will at least double your production time. You are now editing 2 voices, putting 2 poses, like you say, editing different backgrounds. You have to change it just to make everything look right. It adds a lot. So if someone declines a collab, that is not a statement on your value as a person, as a writer. There are a multitude of factors involved. So it's important.
Is that now your excuse for why your reviews take so long?
No, that's because I hate everyone.
I mean, am I allowed to say that we're
working on it.
We are working on something together.
Can I chime in on collabs here for a second? Can I chime in on collabs here for a second? Sorry. Well, okay. So when I first started out, I did I had a lot of back-to-back reviews with just myself. Then I got into the Riff Cafe, and actually before I got into the Riff Cafe, I'm like, hey, Countess Rose, you want to do a collab? And I sent a few other personal messages to different people on YouTube, and got very few responses. But
don't be surprised.
I wasn't surprised, but then once I got to the Riff Cafe, I actually asked anyone in the Riff Cafe, you want to do a collab? But was that my mistake? Because now every single review is a collab, pretty much.
You've done this yourself.
I had one with Robin, and then one alone. Then I had 2 with Shark, and then I one with Cool Man. Every single review is back-to-back collabs. Not fun to edit because it's a lot of editing. So plan your collabs a lot better.
Okay,
You're
so
gonna have make a schedule.
We're gonna wrap up, but I'm gonna finish talking about what I was saying before. Yeah, collab timelines can be very hard. Silver, I talked to Silver the first time about doing a collab back in 2014, early 2014, right at the end of season 4, and just now we have a topic that we kind of want to do together, and we still haven't even started on a script, so that's probably not gonna come out until probably next year almost.
So
late this year, early next year. So timelines for collabs are a lot harder than regular ones.
Make a schedule. It helps.
I don't have schedules.
So which doctor's gonna meet who? SilverQuill's Doctor Who or yourself?
I mean, we'll find out. Yeah. You'll find out. We haven't even written a script yet. I have an idea of how to make Robin work.
Well then, I just added you a joke.
Yeah, I don't know. But
now, is this going to be your Robin or
Silver's Robin? I almost want to explain how I think the Silververse works, but I'll do that eventually. Anyway, we have to actually wrap it up eventually, because people are leaving now, and the rave starts in like 24 minutes, so if you want to go down there, that's going to be a thing.
Get Raven mad.
Go rave in Teen Titans joke. I'm really clever.
Well, Tara,
get off the stage.
We decided that, I'm sorry, Silver, you're not going to be a part of this, unless you want to be. Comic, Blissy and I do our own signature outros. We have a signature outro for our show, and you know, all that jazz and stuff.
I shall return to where I belong.
You can stay here.
He's returning
Where
to
did he go?
He's returning to Equestria.
Yes, he's becoming a hippogriff again. So, I guess that, Comic, you want to go first?
Keep an eye out for those rainbows. They'll make you smile.
I'm Robin0928, and I will see you later.
You got the outro wrong.
Close enough.
I'll do my outro after that. Oh God, that's my 2 bits. What are yours? Please leave them in the comment section below. And because Blissy got this one wrong, my name is Robin0928, and we will see you guys next time.
Actually, you got mine put wrong too. That's my 2 bits on Bronalysis behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me your 2 bits in the comments below, and while you're down there, why not suggest a possible future spoiler alert? And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Guess what? You said mine too. You didn't say it with enthusiasm. Keep an eye out for those rainbows. They will make you smile.
Yeah!